Pretty privilege also works for men too.
Maybe we should give them a taste of their own medicine. When a man comes for a job interview and it's a woman, tell the man, straight for me.
Girl.
They will not do it though.
You see some ladies, they walk into some environments to get things. They get favors. Why? Because they're pretty and they probably got a big bunda to support that. You get what I'm saying?
I know a couple of students that will tell you, oh, I tried to report such and such lecturer for harassing me, acting inappropriately and whatnot. And the female lecturers decide that, oh, this person, oh, do you think you're the most pretty person in the class? Are you the only one that they talk to? Like that, right?
Nobody takes it seriously. Found the damn.
Nice.
How?
Nice.
Okay. How?
Not every finger has a sponsor.
I feel like controversial, yeah, but I feel like even girls that we don't think are, the standard of what we call pretty, right, still have sponsors. So I don't know.
And the drum rolls. We're back, people. Welcome to another amazing episode of Laptop and Lattes. Your favorite girl here, Jessie Rogers. And of course, I'm with my amiable, beautiful co-host. Hey, Favour, what's going on?
Hi, I'm
You look
good.
a little dazzling today. I don't know what's going on. You're looking like you got a halo. You're beautiful, girl.
I'm a kingdom
I always
girl.
ask her, did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
I'm a kingdom girl.
We're all kingdom kids now, aren't we? All right, people. So today we have a very fast-moving topic. But before I call the name, before I introduce what this topic is, I'd like to introduce you to a very elegant, my lord. I have seen beauty, but this is a discovery.
I like that.
She is not just amiable. She's tall. She's. Look, you know what? Let the cameras do the explanation. Okay.
My head rests on her bottom.
She's a media consultant. She's a very special person. How do I start this? How do I end this? You know what? I'll just leave your eyes to do the explanation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me today, Wealth Wilson. Okay, give it up, girl. Girl, you are beautiful.
And
I need to emphasize on the C.
And she matches the topic,
We're getting there. Don't be in a hurry. You have a lot to tell us today because I'm pretty sure our viewers will be very eager to know your, your experiences and what you have to say about these things. So, people of Zion, kingdom people. So we're gonna be introducing today's topic, and we have here pretty privilege. I'm pretty sure you're very familiar with this phrase. People are always using it even when they don't even know what it means. Pretty privilege. Pretty privilege. You'll just be pretty privileged and up and down. But today we're really going to delve into what this topic is about and what it actually is in our current society. So, pretty privilege, prison or free ticket? What do you think?
Well, I choose to say it's a prison, but sure, I'm defending the masses.
Sure. What do you think?
I think it's a double street way. It could be a prison. It could be a privilege.
Okay.
So,
Or free tickets.
I
Yeah.
like her already.
Okay, so we're going to be dropping prompts and it's going to help us delve into this matter, a bit deeper. Now, for the very first prompt I have here, pretty privilege is not real. Hard work is what opens doors.
Bam.
Permit me to first, I need to say something first before I'll give you guys the floor. So you see this prompt, pretty privilege is not real. I beg to differ. I feel like it's very real. It's as real as all beautiful, all of us right here. God, I'm losing my shit. Anyways, so pretty privilege is real, and why do I say so? Because stereotypes are not born out of nothing, right? There's already a pattern in society.
Damn, basketballs.
It's the truth. It's the truth. Calm down. There's already a pattern that people have seen and noticed with which they now built the stereotype. It's just like when they say, oh, women this or men that, there's something that has occurred over and over and over again before the stereotypes are born. Yeah. So when people make mention of pretty privilege, it's not out of thin air. It's because there are things that have actually happened. So how can you say it's not? It's real, and that's why we're trying to tackle it. That's why it's even a topic, because it's real. You see some ladies, they walk into some environments, they get things. They get favors. Why? Because they're pretty, and they probably got a big bunda to support that. You get what I'm saying? But then when it's some lanky girl who's not looking too aesthetically overloaded, you know, and then maybe her face card is not what society deems as standard, she doesn't get those favors. You see them, some of them have to do a little extra with the BBL, with the surgery, like, and there's this annoying trend going on right now with the whole Botox. Lift your chin, puff your lips, draw your chin backwards. I mean, there's a whole lot going on, because why? There is something that beauty actually brings favors. So how can you say pretty privilege is not real?
Okay.
That's the question.
Okay, so just to back up what you said, because I think, honestly, that pretty privilege is a thing, because humans are not neutral people, right? We have this innate sense to be drawn to people that we find attractive. So you walk into a place and you see someone that looks somewhat like what you admire, and you immediately feel some tenderness towards the person. So it is, in fact, very real, and it is an innate part of the human existence. So, yeah.
So against hard work opening doors, do you have something to say?
So what if the term pretty privilege was actually birthed from women who felt like the reason why, because if you think about it, let's bring two scenarios. There's a job opening for an office assistant, and then one pretty girl walks into the office, and then one not so pretty girl walks into the office. And then because of looks, and then the man who is probably dumb to see that the one who probably might not be appealing in sight is way smarter, understands that this person knows the job properly, and actually is more competent than the prettier one, will pick her. And then out of hate, she then says, oh, pretty privilege, and then she walks out. What if it's actually women destroying women? Because first of all, I believe, yes, I do know it is real, but like, I've also seen women who are not pretty, but at least they carry themselves in a way that that screams elegance, confidence, boldness, and then another thing, competence. Yeah.
So
that opens the door, because I'm of the theory that hard work is actually what opens those doors.
Okay, so sorry, let me
beg
just
to
take
differ,
you
but
on
yeah,
that,
sure.
Right? So how this works, I'll use the scenario you shared with us now. So two people go for an interview. One is very pretty, conventionally beautiful, and the other one is, say, just, you know, the average every one of us, right? And somehow the other lady is accorded some sense of, you know, tenderness, I don't know, preference, right? So the thing is, how this works is, first of all, a pretty person carries themselves like a pretty person, right? So it's easy for them to come off quite confident, right? So that speaks first, right?
True.
Right? And then in a scenario where the pretty person is picked over the competent person, that's why I said it's a double lane conversation, because yes, it can afford you certain privileges, right? But sometimes it can just be superficial at that, right? So, and then if that is the case, the other person who is competent, of course, would, you know, get slighted, feel a type of way, and decide that, oh, all pretty people are just like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I really want us to come back to this prompt. This prompt is like saying, pretty privilege is not real.
But
hard work is
at
what
the end
actually
of the
opens
day,
doors.
at the end of the day, you're pretty, you get the job offer, and then realize you don't know shit.
So here's
and
the
then
question.
They kick you out.
Yeah.
And they go back and find the person that was not pretty. I said, please come back.
Just before you land, right?
Yeah.
Two truths can coexist, right? Pretty privilege can get you there. Hard work can keep you there, right? So if you're pretty and you're competent, obviously you're going to walk your way to the top, right? But it's the other way around. If you're pretty, not competent, but then you got the job, or somehow you've been favored and you're there, you know, you have to, you know, devise other means to help yourself
remain there.
Yeah.
So what I would really like, because I want us to come to some sort of conclusion on this prompt. What is, you're trying to create a balance, right? But what is the real truth? What actually opens doors? You're saying hard work and that pretty privilege is not a thing. Let me break this down with what's in my head. Now, you go to school, you study hard, you do everything it is you need to do. You pass through all the hoops you need to pass through. You do your youth service. You know, just follow every single protocol, no matter how stressful it is. It's all hard work, isn't it? Even the process you studied, the whole process of studying in school, that's all hard work, right?
Yeah.
And then you finally get your whole CV, your portfolio, everything together, and you walk into an office to get a job. And nobody is looking at your hard work or all the first class and everything that you've accumulated, my dear. They're seeing that you do not have bakasi. I'm sorry to use that word, but they're saying you don't have it at the back, you don't have it at the front. Your face is not even giving. Then somebody else who just comes just because she has a fine face probably has the second class lower. 2-2.
I see reason what you're saying.
Get? And now this thing is that it's not happy. It's not in some circumstances. It is a regular Tuesday. I think I should use that term. Like it's something that happens every time, where this person is picked up. So how can you say it is hard work that opens doors, especially in our environment, especially in this particular society? How can you say pretty privilege is not real and hard work opens doors when it is not what we are seeing?
Okay. Well, the times has evolved because here's what I see. I've been in a job position whereby I was speaking with. I work remotely, and because I'm black, because I am Nigerian, I'm already stigmatized. They'll pick, let's say, a Filipino lady or an Asian woman over me. What I used to stand out, even to get the term, I literally got an award from the company I was working for before I left them, and they put my name on their website amongst the other Asian, Filipinos, and all that, is because of competence, because of the hard work that I put in, because, you know, you have to, they'll pair you with a bunch of people for you to speak with. Nobody cares for that shit anymore. Especially when there's AI everywhere. At this point, jobs are being replaced by people.
Favor, I'm sorry.
You
I'm going to ask you to be real.
No, calm down.
Our society. You're talking about
No, calm down. It applies even in Nigeria, because even in the same culture of trying to apply for a job. For example, I hire staff, right? And when I was interviewing for people who were trying to work for a role that I put out open, this girl just came and just did the whole, I know, you know, she gave me the accent, and she tried to give me the whole, I'm good. Whereas the next person that I hired wasn't even all that. She gave me what I was trying to listen, what I was trying to hear. I'm competent in this, I can handle this. When I gave that one scenarios compared to the one that was pretty, with all that, she still didn't even give me the answers I was looking for. And I dropped her. I was like, nah, I'm not doing this.
But you're not the whole of Nigeria. That what we're looking at is what actually thrives.
I'm saying times are different now. People,
you're giving examples
for me
yourself,
anyways,
but the populace, like the general public in our current society, does hard work really open doors?
Okay.
Like this one. It's like that's I want to hear from you.
True what she said.
Yeah.
Right? Hard work actually does open doors for you. But to be very honest, we live in a society where the corporate force, the workforce, basically is run by men, right?
Exactly.
Now, I'm not trying to say that men are the reason why this happens, right? But more men are perceptive people, right? They are first lured in by what they see, right?
True.
So a man boss will see a woman that looks attractive and wants to keep her around. Not necessarily because she can deliver.
They'll tell you it's good for business. That's their new line.
Exactly. And you know,
I've read that
certain jobs require that you look a certain type of way.
Yep.
Right? So of course, pretty privilege is real.
A real thing.
But what sustains you in whatever you're doing in your career, gives you the promotion, gives you the lift, gives you the respect from colleagues and whatnot, is your hard work and your competence.
Okay,
right?
sharp.
So a pretty person gets it easier, right? I'll say that. You can get jobs easier. You can get things done for you easier. But a hardworking person, when those things finally come, they are more deserving. So I think that's where it is.
All right. So I think basically what we're saying for this point, everybody try and look pretty. Just try your best to look pretty. Did you get?
The funny thing, like the example she gave, beauty is very, very much subjective, right? You are beautiful, but someone else would think that, oh, okay, maybe you're just okay.
That's okay.
Right? So in Nigeria or in the society where we find ourselves, of course you can be like a very beautiful woman. Somebody cannot look at you and take their eyes off of you, right? But you move out of here where there's a different standard, right? You now get to experience what the average person actually don't get, the favors that you know. Yeah, so that's pretty much what it is. It works here, it works elsewhere, but then the bar is usually not set at the same place.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So finally, moving to our next prompt. Co-host, you want to indulge us?
I like this one actually.
Okay.
Sex for promotion is not a rumor. It is Tuesday in corporate Nigeria. In schools, in life, everywhere at this point. Job interviews. Oh, please. We can go on with this one.
So is it still a privilege at this point?
Now,
when you tend to be exploited?
When we talk about sex, you know, especially when you're trying to be, when we're talking about women being exploited, pretty women being exploited in workplaces, in schools and whatnot, right? Half the time, it is not usually woman-induced. So I don't go there looking to get somebody who tell me, oh, let me sleep with me so I can get you the job or whatever. I am competent, right? But there is a thing that happens within, I don't want to say it's a patriarchal thing, or because I don't want to try and make it gender or whatever. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is that from time immemorial, right, women have had to either work extra hard to get to where they want to get to. And half the time they are faced with obstacles such as the, you know what
harassment,
to do, just
come to my office
right?
at 9 p.m.
Now, I'll give you a regular tale, right? I know a lot of friends who tell me that in most of the jobs that they get or whatnot, deals, whatever, the popular term is to make it, you have to make certain sacrifices, right?
Are you willing?
Exactly.
Use what you have to get what you want.
Rubbish.
You know, at this point, they now even tell you that, hard work is not going to get you there. How many hardworking people do you see at the top, right? So
and it takes a lot to hold your standard because sometimes the pressure can be a lot. Even your fellow woman can even tell you, babe, just do it now. Have you noticed?
Now, being a pretty woman that is faced with that kind of situation, literally almost every time, every endeavor, right? If it's very tiring. Right? And then if that is the case, it usually, most women tell you what's the point of putting in effort when eventually what they would want is your body.
Maybe we should give them a taste of their own medicine. When a man comes for a job interview and is a woman, tell the man, strip for me.
A girl.
They will not do it though.
What
they'll be like, wait a minute, but then the other way around, we should not mellow.
To be very
rubbish.
honest, most men might find that quite intriguing and want to try that. So
I was of the very same opinion. Put a man in a woman's traumatizing, but what we would consider traumatizing. Put a man in that situation, and they will gladly do it.
He will thank the stars.
Do you understand? And he will gladly give in.
That's all.
Oh, that's all. You don't
Do you see the term harassment came up as a result of men trying to, forcefully do stuff with their staff or whatnot. But I promise you, if it's a woman that started it, it may not have been termed that.
They'll probably done something else.
Exactly. They would have just maneuvered or enjoyed themselves. That's the word. Or enjoyed themselves. Because when you hear, I think I had this, I really don't want to digress, but like there's this thing about, a man being molested by a woman, like a full-grown man. You come out and say, hey, woman molested you.
I mean, you're laughing. That's how we take it.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You know what's funny? Because the whole concept of molestation, right? The entirety of the word molestation, but the aftermath of what is being done and after it has been done, the effect, everything, it's not the same for men, how it is for women. Right. So how can you come out and use the word? Well, as a grown man, I'm not saying a young boy, I'm not saying a child. As a grown man with behavior, sorry.
I mean, unless the girl
do you get
narcissistic?
So when you flip, once you just switch sides, it's not the way it is for men. It's not the way it is for women. So you can't say And I brought this up because you said what's it called? Let's start doing it. They're gonna have fun. No. No.
That's nasty. That's very nasty.
You get
To add, pretty privilege also works for men too.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Another angle. Another angle.
That's why you can go to a restaurant or somewhere where you get service, and say a lady is the one to render that service, and there is a cute-looking man.
She's giving the man. Giving the man.
Right?
Any day,
And
anytime.
lady in question smiles and is quite, coquettish with him, and with you, she's more, what do you want? Right? So pretty
Yeah,
privilege
that works.
also for men, so it's a two-way street.
Not just from that angle, though. I'm sorry. Not just from that angle. Now that you mention it, I just realized that I've never seen a pot-bellied barrister behind a bar.
Okay.
Why
It's
should you?
usually the ripped boys.
Why should? Is he planned? Is he coy?
That's because they look good.
It's part of marketing, and then
You just give me an idea.
Perception, oh, he looks good. You're smiling.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're to him nice because obviously you're talking to.
But then let him
man.
talk now. See one blonde and now that fine needles.
Oh, no, not for everybody, girl.
No. The tiniest thing can make me, bro. The tiniest thing
Maybe
can.
that's you. Maybe that's you.
No,
One fine boy will come and speak one rubbish blonde, bro. I'm done.
Speak English. Most ladies, that's what they'll say.
Eh?
It's just.
I don't have the
English now. It's not
patience
the
to
first
teach
language.
nobody
Come on.
shit. I went to school. I went to school. I learned that shit.
Okay. So, but like, basically, what this prompt is trying to like let the public know is the fact that, but now here's my question based on this prompt: how do we curb this? How do we stop it?
At the
I
end,
don't think
at the
that
end
we
of the
can stop pretty privilege.
No, not stop pretty
No,
privilege,
sex
like sex for promotion, especially in workspaces.
Oh.
And then a major part of my question is the fact that I'm worried that it might never stop because sometimes you see that some ladies actually don't mind. They like it, just like what you said. They're like, what's there? Just do it.
just do it. Get it over with.
Some ladies even want to. They, if given that opportunity, they will jump on it.
I feel like if we start saying no, and a lot of people start saying no,
So that's the
and we're
problem. A lot of
confident
women are
in
not going to
calling
say
those
no.
people out because they're bullies. At the end of the day, they're bullies. At the end of the day, if you call them out, people would actually support you.
Now, see the funny thing.
That's the truth.
Imagine where you have a very hot boss, a hot-looking boss, even though he's, ladies sometimes, like, he's fine, he's tall, he's rich. A lot of his workers, if they are women, they will even be throwing themselves at him already. So how do you call out somebody like that if he decides to start exploiting?
Which is
Let
on
me
them.
give you an instance. Let's go to schools, right? Our tertiary institutions. We have, in some cases, lecturers who want to take advantage of pretty, good-looking students, right? Now, you complain, probably send a letter to maybe your dean or whomever, HOD, whatever, right? Now, the thing about workplace relationship is that in as much as what you're complaining about is very valid and true, right? Sometimes the colleagues will feel slighted that you even have the temerity to try and taint the
So you don't even have support.
I don't want to agree to
Exactly.
You don't even have support.
I'll give you an example. In schools, right? I know a couple of students that will tell you, oh, I tried to report such and such lecturer for harassing me, acting inappropriately and whatnot. And the female lecturers decide that, oh, this person, oh, do you think you're the most pretty person in the class? Are you the only one that they talk to like that, right?
Nobody takes it seriously.
So the truth of the matter is that
Always
no matter how much you try to sound the alarm, oh, this is happening.
You can't really be
This person-
stopped.
Exactly. Even in workplaces, oh, this person is harassing me. They don't want to give me promotions because of how competent I am, but because of whom I sleep with, or
It's actually bullshit.
The truth is, it's going to be like a drop of water in an ocean, right? Because a lot of women have.
It has become a norm already. Like, people are starting to lean
So
into
we should
it.
just settle.
Exactly.
I mean, we still need to be talking
A lot
about
of
it.
women have quit their jobs for issues like this, but does it still happen? Yes. By the same bosses whom, were reported? Yes, half the time, right?
Crazy.
So you move from this person, there's always the next person who decides that, oh, okay, it can come more subtly this time, right? It might not be very aggressive and whatnot. So the truth is, as long as we have humans that have
Desires, ambition.
exactly. It won't stop. And then secondly, we have we live in a society where most women do not think that is, sacrifice enough.
That's the thing. The whole issue
They
of
weigh their options
the
and realize
whole-
they walk away, they lose everything. So
yeah,
let's just do
the
it.
whole thing. Morals have been watered down so much that a whole lot of things don't hold value anymore, right? This whole concept of being what's it called, reserved when it comes to
A hardworking woman who
when it
rose
comes
to the top without
sexual, when it comes to the sexual topic, when it comes to being reserved, it's no longer a thing. You get, because that job you quit because they harassed you. The next girl that comes there is willing to do
And then
and
get
even
this,
do more.
and then get this. When you now find a woman who actually rose to the top without that, and she says, "I rose to the top without any of this," her fellow women will say, "Na lie."
Do you get?
Let's be honest.
And then see another funny thing when it comes to pretty privileged part, right? You probably quit the job, let's say, and then the person that takes over is probably finer, probably has more, aesthetically pleasing features, and then she decides to do more. Do you understand? Do and overdo. Do you get? You're not see this one. She don't even get anything.
Wait till she gets.
Yes. See person fine pass her. You know, that kind of talk. So I don't know. Is it that it's not possible to stop it? Like what exactly can we do about this? It's crazy. I like what you said. We can keep talking. We can keep speaking.
Don't stop. Like at
Just
this
keep
point,
talking.
don't stop.
Yeah,
Just
a
keep.
closed mouth is a closed destiny.
Eh.
Sure. Yeah. So on to the next prompt. Pretty privilege does not work for everybody. Not every girl, not every fine girl has a sponsor.
Bam. As it's.
I don't know.
That is it.
don't
Not
know.
every fine girl
I
has a
feel like-
sponsor.
I feel like controversial, yeah, but I feel like even girls that we don't think are, the standard of what we call pretty, right, still have sponsors. So I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know, girl.
Damn.
I don't know.
Damn.
It's that moment when we say God is our sponsor.
But here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
What can happen is that you can refuse a sponsor, but there is always
Wait, where we finding the sponsor? I don't get. Stop. Where you find the sponsor?
Take me there.
I mean, because if I so
So are you saying that every fine girl has a sponsor?
I think, well, I'm
Nah,
saying
yo.
that
I
every
ain't got
girl,
none.
right? See, I'm saying every girl has somebody who wants to assume that responsibility.
But no, here's the thing. When you see one of his sponsor, like I now come and remember that I have a daddy actually.
No, but you see, the thing is, maybe the person who wants to sponsor you is not the level you want, so you just
see, let me explain.
some
There's no
material.
sponsor.
But I think from the angle of when you say every girl has a sponsor, but that's actually the truth, because unless your dad is dead, he's your first sponsor. Let's start from there.
And then if you think about it, there's nothing like self-made.
Do you get?
Because
someone helped you at some
Someone that
point.
helps you.
Yeah.
But in terms of sponsor for that lifestyle, that baby girl treatment, I don't get. Now it's my want to.
Andrew wants. Aww.
I think it would be much better if every pretty girl has somebody that can point you to the right direction, but not necessarily because of what they want in exchange, right? If
Right.
it's mutual, if it's okay, I like you too, let's get this, let's do this. I don't have a problem with that, because do whatever you want to do. That's your body, that's your life, whatever, right? But I don't like it when it's a criterion.
And then you come
have
to
to-
me
you
and
have
tell
to-
me to do the same
Exactly.
thing too.
You have to be able. You have to sleep with me. You have to be with me, or you have to do such and such. to
Okay.
And they don't even say like that. Don't be like just satisfy me and
So
give those ends.
for this prompt, I think the origin of this prompt is the fact that most of the times when, especially, let me come down to the lowest form of example for this. You board a keke or you want to take job, maybe you're carrying a lot of goods, and then distance that is supposed to be 1,000, they'll tell you it's 2,000. And like, oh, what do you mean by that? You want to bargain or you want to price? Next thing you're hearing is, fine gear like yours.
Fine, somebody can.
So that's where I think that is the origin of this prompt. The fact that because you are fine,
Right.
you cannot have peace. Anything you do, you're a fine girl now, you should have it. You're a fine girl now, you should have
this
money.
point-
They expect you to have money. So now we're saying, see, it doesn't work for everybody. Not every fine girl has a sponsor. Now, how true is that statement? Like, could it just be that because you are fine, so as long as you're a fine girl in this Nigeria? I don't think it's true. Because for me personally, I don't think it's true, because you will see some girls that are actually fine, But they don't really have, just like you said, they don't really have some sugar daddy somewhere or some man somewhere that is sponsoring a lavish lifestyle. So that narrative, it is selling so much that it's now to the disadvantage of so many other fine ladies who do not have sponsors.
And that's why I said what I said, right? There is usually somebody there that wants to assume that position. But as a woman, right, maybe because of morals, your ethics, integrity, whatever, you can decide not to explore that option, right? And then society then in turn plays the card of how can a fine girl like you be doing what you're doing,
I see
not
that
get
all the
what
time.
you're looking for and whatnot. So the assumption is that as a fine girl, you should take advantage of being a fine girl.
Exactly.
Right? So that's where the whole idea of, a fine girl must have a sponsor. If you don't have a sponsor, you're dulling, whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm very
thing
triggered
is,
right now.
it has happened so much that it is now a part of our day-to-day life.
Yeah.
That people now also assume that, it happens, do it. Or
you're not gonna be the first. You're not the
not
first.
dulling,
Yeah.
right? But then again, as I said, every girl, whether conventionally fine or whatever, has someone that is ready to take up that responsibility or assume that responsibility of being a quote-unquote sponsor.
Sharp.
Right?
So,
Okay, people. You want to say something?
as someone who does not have the opportunity of even having a sponsor in sight, to my fellow people out there that don't like me.
Okay, so
That's all I got to
all right, people. So we're gonna take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for skip, sip, and reset. You know what time it is. We'll be right back.
Skip, sip, and reset. So this is our game section in between every episode. And right now, I am pleased to announce that for this game, we are doing question booth. I'm really excited for this one because I don't know what's going on. The PM is the one who basically does organize the whole thing. So I'm pretty excited. And for our guest, Wealth, she's going to be playing against Jessica. Now the rules are simple. It's question booth. The toy balls you have they're your buzzer sounds basically. So when you see a prompt on the television, pay attention. When you see a prompt on the television, you have 1 minute to figure out what you see and say it out. Now 1 minute, yes, but first to basically press the buzzer and say.
Okay.
If you speak without pressing your buzzer, you're disqualified or you lose a point. You have to press the buzzer and then you can say your word. If you laugh, you lose a point. Because I know it can be funny. But if you laugh, like I'm looking at your expressions. If you laugh, you lose a point. And then if you hit your buzzer sound and maybe you don't say anything or maybe you did by accident, you also lose a point. Do we understand the rules?
Yep.
Okay, so the theme for this is basically Nigerian foods. So the words are scrambled around and your job is to figure out what that food or what it is basically. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Nigerian foods. Let's go. Okay.
Jollof rice.
You didn't.
Pounded yam.
Nice.
How?
Yeah.
Yeah. What happened?
Did you just yay?
Sorry. What happened?
Eba.
Abi. Okay. Oh.
Are we supposed to be laughing? I thought we were supposed to be laughing.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Akara.
Nice. So did I get that?
Yes.
At the same time or whatever. Plantain. Fried plantain.
Basically lost the point.
I even lost it because I laughed.
Kwabin.
Abacha.
Is that all of it? Oh, nice.
So how many was that?
it must be
Definitely,
nice.
Jessica. Definitely. Cheers.
Yeah. I got this.
All right. Okay. Okay. So
It was a good game, Ralph.
Yeah,
it was a
well
good
done.
game. I can understand. You look a little American. I can understand. You don't really converse over Nigerian food. I think we did you dirty. Next time we'll try pancakes, waffles. Maybe you'll get it.
I don't think that's a compliment.
No, I'm trying to troll you. I'm literally trolling you.
okay, so that was fun, and Latte Pen Latte always representing. Sorry, well, you be fine.
It's fine. I'll keep it though. I take this home. I'll probably take yours too.
Okay. Sure. Well then, let's continue with the our conversation now.
Yeah, let's go back. All right.
To you then.
Okay, people, and we are back. That was, I don't know if I should call it chaotic.
How did you not see Nkwabi?
Like, it was right there.
Oh, Abacha, yes.
Come on now.
We have to.
Next time.
No, we really have to. So I was thinking, how about maybe we should have tried waffles? Maybe because she's just quiet,
She's too sweet for us,
I'm pretty sure you must have spent.
That's not fair.
That was like, what is that rubbish on the screen? I can't stand that.
She's like, is that even food? What is that? See what I said? She's finally manifesting. You see? Tell me the truth. You've been abroad all your life. You are disguising me. Tell me the truth. Oh, nice. Oh, how can I? Please. How can I apply for sponsorship program, please? All right, people. Welcome back, and we are, about to move forward onto our final prompt. Co-host, would you like to do us the honors? This particular one, I want you to. I
feel like I'm the one who's been triggered in this entire.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so this one says, pretty women use the privilege when it suits them, and cry about the assumptions when it doesn't.
Bam. Allow me to sip on this.
Hashtag manipulation.
Okay. I should go first.
Yeah, no.
Sponsorship program.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Does it happen? Yes. Is it manipulation? I don't know.
Yes, it is. Yes.
But okay, so truly, right? Pretty people usually have certain favors that they indulge, right? I mean, you go somewhere and you're treated nicer than every other person. Of course, you're not going to say, "Oh, why are you treating me nicer?" Treat everybody like that. You're going to,
True.
enjoy it.
True.
While
But when someone asks you, show them way. Simple. Not me saying, oh, it's from my heart, blood, sweat, and God, what does it say?
No.
Oh,
But
please.
here's the thing, right? If I accept the privilege of, I am, the interview is going smooth, they're talking to me nice and whatnot, right? And now I have the job because appearance first and maybe competence is somewhere in there, right? And then along the way, I am being, faced with the obstacle of having to continue to exploit the pretty privilege angle, which is probably be nice to some boss or be sweet and sugary to somebody in order for me to advance. Of course I would want that, right? Is that manipulation? No. But it's me having a boundary, right? Yes, you like me because of how I look and whatnot, and I have proven myself to be competent here, right?
Oh, you did not.
You should allow me to continue working. You should allow me to continue proving myself because that's what I am looking for in the workplace. But if you are insisting that is not enough, of course I'm going to speak out, right? So yes, I may, or not speaking about myself now, I may enjoy certain privileges, but of course there are boundaries to what you are throwing to me, right? So if it doesn't cost me my ethics, my integrity, and my code of conduct, then I don't mind. Give it to me. Thank you.
I like that.
Be nice to me. Smile at me. I don't mind.
Give it to me.
right?
That's my new tagline.
But-
Give it to me.
Yeah, but don't give me an ultimatum. I have to do this in order for me to, proceed, right?
In other words, no be you go tell me wetin I go do.
Simple.
Hey, bam. Just period.
But I kind of like want to bring this down to the point of, there was this thing. I don't know if you did it back in, high school days, but there's this thing we used to do in high school. If it's your birthday, people put water inside balloon. You get your classmates. They put water inside balloon, and probably after school they'll throw it on you. You get wet, or pure water, whichever one it is. They use the thing to like. So let's say you are part of the crew that gets people stoned, like that stones people with water, and it happens on everybody's birthday. Then when it's your own birthday, you don't now want it to happen to you. You come and start having choice. Probably start saying, "Oh, you're sick." You didn't ask if the person you threw was sick,
Right.
but your own turn, you want to make all those excuses. I feel like that's the angle this particular stuff is coming from. When it's not affecting you, it's okay for you to indulge. You understand? When it's not putting you in an uncomfortable situation, you're like, "Oh, sure, let's get along." But the moment it's your turn,
That's when
you don't now want to fulfill. You understand? You don't want to bear the brunt. You want to keep enjoying, just like when you do morning ritual, when all the goodies is coming in, you're enjoying yourself, living life. When it's time for you to pay, do sacrifice.
You see,
problem.
But the thing is, like, if I'm taking you up on that, it's going to be that, take for instance, in a workplace,
Yeah.
how this applies in a workplace is if I am flirting with a boss, if I am trying to be too sugary with someone, and then eventually they tell me, okay, now let's get down to the tea, right? And now I'm like, oh no, let's not do that. Then yes, I get it. But if I am being accorded simple courtesy because of how I look, maybe you're nicer to me, my boss is not stringent, probably harsh, right? When he's talking to me, or, this person, information or instruction or whatever, then that's fine.
Okay.
That's subtle. That's how we human express our, how do I put it? That's how we show that we are enticed by what we see, right? But if that happens, and I am not trying to be flirtatious, I am not, asking for it, like they would say, right? Then I will not allow you to box me up in the you have to sleep with me, category,
I have
right?
a question.
Yeah, carry on.
With this your example now, let's say for example, it is clear, like it is glaringly obvious that your boss favors only you in front of others. Hold on. In front of others.
Okay.
Maybe he does stuff, he exempts you, maybe shouting at people, he exempts you. Like he just gives you like this
But am I doing my
favored.
job right?
But yes, you are doing your job
Do I
right.
deserve to be scolded?
Sometimes, hold on, sometimes everybody's collecting blasting. You know that moment when a boss.
I'm just taking you up on it.
Yeah.
If we're a team, right, and we're asked to do something, and I do my work to a T, and you're scolding people who didn't, pull the weight.
Sometimes
Right.
bosses
I
just
will
throw
feel
tantrums. It's
what
not even
you're
whether
saying
you did something wrong or not. Sometimes bosses throw tantrums and everybody collects.
Okay,
You
so
understand?
now I get
You
it,
get.
right?
But he's intentional about you.
Everybody else gets water except you.
Well, now
know?
I get it, right? Of course, that's privilege, right? But is he being flirtatious when he's doing that? Is he trying to let me know that, see, I'm doing this because now I want us to get together or whatever? If I notice that, right? If it's not from a genuine point, right? Of, oh, okay, you're doing better, you're doing well, right? There's nothing to scold, there's nothing to be angry about, right? If he's not doing that like that, then I would probably ask that he should stop, right? Because if I indulge it, it means
lead to
that
something
in
at some
future, when he drops a proposition that I cannot accept,
You-
then
It should be like a
So
what
this
you've
now-
been- you've been enjoying every time.
Exactly. So this now should actually be the standard. I've not like the standard, so to say, but I feel like this is an option women can take, because the truth of the matter is the greater masses, the greater number of women out there, they won't take this step. They'll just be enjoying the favors. And then when the time to deliver now comes, they now start complaining.
Of what will come in future.
Oh,
I'm
but
telling you,
women
a
do.
lot of women do it. A lot of ladies
That's where
do.
the manipulation thing comes.
That's it.
Manipulation.
So at the end of the day, the prompt was right. You get.
if you see a man, because you know when a man is trying to flirt with you, you know when he's trying to drive somewhere, right? You know when he's being nice because it's something he wants from
great
you.
gifts.
Now, if you don't establish
Those
boundaries,
types of gifts.
right?
iPhone 17 Pro Max.
Exactly. If you don't establish boundaries, then it means you are indulging. Maybe not verbally, but you're letting
Body
it happen,
language,
so
yeah.
you're indulging.
True.
So eventually, when he asks you to take the step now, more formally, you still have the right to say no, obviously. But then again, it is much better if you shut it down from the get-go.
Right.
Amazing.
Standards.
Wow. Wilfred,
This
this is a lot of this was a whole lot. And I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot
To
you
say
wanted
about this.
Do you get it? So it's been a wonderful time having you guys here again on Laptop and Latte. Please do not forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell us what you think about this entire prompt.
True.
Wealth, it was wonderful having you. Thank you so much for making time for Laptop and Latte. We'd love to have you some other time, just so you know.
I'd love to be here, and I'd love to play that game again.
I got you. All right, people. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and of course, share to your friends. But for now, it's going to be a bye-bye.
Bye.